You might hear the Red Robin jingle, just the words red and robin sung in a familiar way. But a lot of people mentally add the yum that was dropped from the jingle a good while ago. Welcome to the Laura Creates Courses weekly episode. I'm Laura Coulter, and I'm here to share with you insights and stories to help you develop your own effective online course. Each episode includes something for you to do and a way to interact with a community of people just like you. In this episode, we explore just how powerful generating your own answers is in learning. Marketers know exactly how to take over our brains. You can see this effect anytime you hear a jingle and finish it in your head. You might hear the Red Robin jingle, just the words red and robin sung in a familiar way. But a lot of people mentally add the yum that was dropped from the jingle a good while ago. The same goes for the McDonald's jingle. It started out as ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it. But once they got that jingle in everyone's head, they dropped the words at the end. I bet your brain still sings I'm loving it at the end of the jingle though. That's pretty amazing marketing. Generating our own answers to things sticks with us longer than choosing an answer from a list of options. The marketing teams of both of those restaurants know this. Every time people generate the missing words themselves, they strengthen the connection in their brain. The act of creating our own answer sticks with our brains far longer than choosing one. Generation is a form of retrieval. The more we retrieve information, the more ingrained it becomes in the memory. There are many ways to use this in your course. Fill-in-the-blank responses are ones that come to mind easily. The simple fill-in-the-blank where there's a correct response is one way to do it. Another is to ask more of an open-ended question. For example, if you just reviewed a case study, you can ask students to write down 3 lessons they learned from the study. Have students generate their own answers whenever possible. You can do this by asking questions in your material and asking students to pause and write their answer. You can then continue with the lesson and share what you wrote, giving students instructions on what to do with their information. Giving the students a moment to pause and write before giving them your response allows them to generate answers that are completely their own. They haven't been influenced by your example. Once they hear your response, they can compare it to their own, which makes even more connection, and they're able to hold on to the content even longer. Do you want a way to choose effective learning activities at your fingertips? Download my free ebook, Online Course Creation Made Easy, 25 Activities to Engage Your Online Learner, at lauracreatescourses.com. It's designed to help you choose the right learning activity to meet your goal. That's lauracreatescourses.com. Another way you can use generation is to let students influence each other. For example, in a course on blogging, you could ask students to brainstorm 10 how-to ideas they could write about. When you share your 10, encourage your students to add any new ideas generated that may have popped up from the sharing. Having a few students share can help get idea generation flowing throughout the live group. In another example, you can ask students to jot down the 3 major points you just covered in the previous lesson without looking back. This forces the student to recall the information. The more you recall it, the more important your brain thinks that information is, and it holds on to it longer. When you review the 3 major points in the next part of the lesson, students can see where they are weak and go back to review as needed. Generating your own answers works well in almost any point in the material. Generation is a powerful learning tool. The more you use it in your course, the better students will get at remembering information. If you use it at least twice early on in the course, Students will come to expect more questions like it and study in a way that prepares them for generation questions. Some of these ideas work well in an asynchronous course, a self-paced course, and some may work better in a synchronous course, a paced course. But you can always work in simple ways for students to generate their own answers. The nice part is that you don't have to check their work. You provide the questions, you give them time to generate the responses, provide your expected response, and they edit themselves. The key point I want you to get from this episode is that generating our own answers deepens the learning much more than selecting the answer from a list. Use that. Now it's your turn. I want you to think about your course. If you already have a course and have a multiple choice question in it, rework it so that students generate their own answer rather than choosing one of your options. If you don't yet have a course developed, think about a topic you're going to cover and write 3 potential questions that you could use to help students generate their own answers from the learning. Then I want you to share one open-ended question in the comments. Be sure to give us context for the question. That will help us give the right feedback. Please read and respond to other comments as you see a need. I look forward to reading your responses. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell if you want to be notified when I post new videos. Time for coffee. I like that music.